Kraken holds the key to XRP's future? Don't worry, I'll explain. Coinbase CEO says Bitcoin's a meme coin for real. Shots fired. The SEC makes massive changes and we've got a yield product.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
And I got a couple more slabs in today. That's right, the male people hate us. But before we get into the crypto news, your comments come first because you, the viewer, matter most, and you, the viewer, are thinking the same thing. Jeremy Touche starts off, says, easy on the cats, Klaus. Cat lover here, dogs too. I know I was talking about Eleanor Tourette saying she's totally cool, except for the fact that she likes cats. Read you loud and clear, Jeremy. Steven Meredith says, hey Klaus, I know you have doggies. They sometimes star in your videos. Yeah, and I've got Ray right here, sitting next to me on the floor. I also like dogs, but I must confess, I love me the pussy cats. Well done, Steven Meredith. Love it. Notice the theme this morning. Regilio's hanging out with us. Love the comments from a man says, all governments are slow. The USA government, slow with the vengeance. Oh my God, the United States government is slow AF. It would take them 2 years to run a 1-year race. Bitcoin sitting at 97,608. ETH is 27.25. Look, I'm not covering up the price of BTC anymore. That's worth the sub. XRP at 269. We're going to talk about this quite a bit. The SEC has to deal with the Kraken case first. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Litecoin pulling back a little bit. XLM at 34 cents. Doge at 25, while HBAR's at 21.8. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the bald man, Brian Armstrong, throwing shade at the BTC crew. Coinbase CEO classifies Bitcoin as a meme coin. Okay, interesting. Firstly, the CEO made this clear that he is not a meme coin trader and accepted that meme coins have accumulated a lot of popularity in the current scenario. I agree with that. We have seen meme coins make some of the biggest moves out there. And in fact, you know, when we do like the how many cryptos are there, Klaus? There's 11.67 million cryptos, okay? So yeah, meme coins are blowing up. The previous chief executive officer of Binance, CZ, has also shown his disinterest in meme coins many times. Yeah, there's a lot of these haters hate him, but the problem is they make money off the volume. Coinbase CEO further went on to mention that Bitcoin is kind of a meme coin. He also went on to argue that the newly emerging tech seems like toys, but develop into strong tools with the passing of time. Well, I like that statement as well. He gave reference to the early internet era to support the statement. Basically, what Armstrong is saying is, look, what crypto is going to look like 10 years from now ain't even going to be close to what you're seeing. Armstrong also threw light on insider trading and asserted that some meme coins have even witnessed it. Hell yeah, they have. And in fact, we've seen the exchanges with insider trading. Do not try to break the law and do not get captivated by get rich quickly. You should get rich by giving contributions to real lasting value society. That's from Armstrong. Basically what he's trying to say is, look, he thinks there's a bubble with BTC, but as long as enough people get into that bubble, homegirl won't pop. Is the BTC bubble ready to pop? Think of all the companies that are tied into BTC. If there were to be a massive retracement with BTC, you would see a bunch of players out there scrambling to hit the sell button. The SEC reveals new anti-crypto fraud unit. See, I got one of my other dogs with me here. It's Vader. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? The SEC continues reorganization as the agency just launched the Cyber and Emerging Technologies Unit, CETU, the new initiative aimed at combating cyber-related misconduct and fraud in the tech sector. This unit, and this is the good news for us, replaces former crypto assets and cyber unit. That is actually good. Okay, so basically they're going after fraud, and that's what we want here right now. Focus on fraud. Don't focus on classifications, on what this is. No, focus on fraud. Fraud fucks all of us, right? But classifications, only certain people. All right, let's keep learning. Got good news for you. Golf clap action. Figure gains SEC approval for first interest-bearing stablecoin launch. I'm telling you, stables are going to be big. Stables are going to get the first regs. The U.S. SEC granted the crypto industry a victory on Tuesday, approving an application for interest-bearing stablecoins. I frickin' think that's awesome. Because if you're going to park your crypto, you're going to park your cash somewhere, you want to earn some juice, right? I mean, it's one thing if you're sitting here and you're like, yo, speculation. But why not make money while you're speculating? The stablecoin called YLDS, nice, and developed by the digital asset firm Figure Markets will be pegged to the dollar. It's offering 3.85%. I know that's not a lot, but hey, this is good that the SEC recognizes it because remember, SEC wrecked BlockFi's yield program. In fact, the SEC said anything yielding is what? is a security, so now we're getting the changes. All right, they got a filing. This is great. Let's go over a quick quote, and then we're getting to more news. A filing on the SEC's website reflects the approval of Figure's application. We think this is a hugely transformative play, Cagney, who was previously CEO of a public traded company. If I can hold this, I can self-custody this. If it pays me interest and I can actually use it to transact, what do I need a bank for? Shots fired traditional finance. By the way, here is the notice right here of effectiveness. You could click on this and examine further stuff as you would like. We are almost at 40. Oh, hey, new sub right there. We're almost at 40,000, 39,142. About 52% of you right now are unsubscribed, which means we're getting a bunch of new viewers. But if you don't mind hitting the sub button, it's free. All right, big news for Ripple. The first XRP ETF launched in Brazil. Definitely a nothing burger in terms of price, but good in terms of, hey, we're getting these products launched. And I talked about the Kraken thing earlier. Let's go to Kraken quick, and then we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to talk XRP price action. We're sitting at 270 right now. Okay, so the Kraken deal is this. The Kraken case has a deadline approximately 2 weeks before the Ripple and SEC case. So what's going to happen is this. The SEC is delaying cases, right, pausing them, that are coming up, right, where due dates are coming up. So essentially what's happening is there's no due date for the Ripple case for a while. The Kraken's case is 2 weeks before. So whatever they do with the Kraken case, they're going to do with the Ripple case. That's why we got to pay attention to Kraken. That's why you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out, because when that Kraken news breaks, people are going to be like, oh, bro, this is a nothing burger. But I'm going to be here telling you, oh, bro, is it? Because whatever they're doing to Kraken, they're going to do to Ripple. So now let's get into this. So you got an ETF product launched in Brazil. Again, nothing burger in terms of price, but this is good for global adoption. The groundbreaking decision has sparked enthusiasm among investors as it further legitimizes XRP in the global financial markets, and that's what I like about this. You're seeing this popularity elsewhere. Some of the big cryptos out there, when you look at the volume, just do me a favor. Look and see what exchanges. Are they US-based exchanges, Korean, Asian market? Just take a look, okay, and see where they're pumping them. Some of your favorites out there only have support with US-based exchanges. Then once you get outside of the US, it's like deader than a doornail. Okay, so the thing with that is XRP has a community everywhere. We're seeing that community hardcore in Korea when they bought the last dip. We're seeing it in Brazil. We're seeing it in Japan. We're seeing it in the South Americas. Yeah, XRP is a massive following. That's why I'm sharing this story with you, to show you that it's not just in the United States, it's not just in Australia, that this is all over the world. Hashdex has been granted authorization by the CVM to launch an XRP spot ETF in Brazil, making the first exchange-traded fund backed by the native token. Nice. Love it. So, just thought I would share that with you. All right. Now let's get into this. Fear and greed. All right, we're 40 right now in neutral. We're swinging over more to BTC dominance at 37 out of 100. Why? BTC goes up 1%. The rest of the alts basically don't do much. It's basically BTC performance is just beating the crap out of everything. Volume has sucked this week. Gotta be honest with you. Volume has sucked like a $5 hole only getting $1, which means what? It ain't sucking, everyone. I mean, like, it sucks. Like, it's just not sucking in a good way. Volume, 85 billion. This has been one of the lowest volume weeks since recent memory. Now, what you can tell with that is this right here. Look at this. See these volume numbers? They're definitely pulling back on the market. ETFs, yeah, you're not seeing much money movement in the ETFs. Actually, since the beginning of February, ETFs have been very, very quiet. In fact, if I zoom out here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You had this really big build-up, right? November to December, and then all of a sudden we've really calmed down here as of late. Zooming in specifically to XRP, we see some good action. 5.2 billion in volume for XRP. I'm okay with that. I wish it was a little higher, but I'm still okay with that. Price-wise, we're doing okay. We pushed the 270s a little bit this morning. Zoom out to the 7-day, and we're up 11%. That's good. Now, are we at the 280 mark? No. And I think a lot of you in the comments, I've been reading them, are saying, bro, we need that 280. We need that $3. What we need is to hold as good as we can. Get through these BS macros. Get through the crap with the SEC. Get through the crap with Kraken and the Ripple case, and see where we go from there. This is the risky money at play, and that's what you're seeing right now in these charts. This is the money that's willing to take the risk. Think about that. Think of what Bloody Sunday did, right? XRP. under $2. What was it, 178, 177 we got to a low on that? So there is still risky money in the market because near term, yeah, we saw those lows. And then we also saw when the Korean won market pairing bought the hell out of that dip, okay? So you're seeing both sides of it. You're seeing people take risks, you're seeing people get liquidated, and you're also seeing cautious money stay on the sideline. The big key with XRP is this. Let's keep us above 250. Let's keep our volume healthy enough so that players want to release products in regards to us. And remember, a lot of these ETF filings are going to force these ETF holders to buy it on the open market, which is good for people like you and me because that's where we buy our XRP. So no more helping Ripple out and screwing us over. It's helping us out buying on the open market. So tight ranges on the alerts today. I've got 255 on my low and 280 on my high. If anything hits outside of that, I'm going to scrub the news right away so you don't have to. And again, if you can, sub. Trying to get to 40,000. And I got to admit to you, I slept in today and it felt so freaking good. I actually was binging a little bit last night on some gaming content, having a little bit of fun, you know, hanging out with myself, quiet house. But the reality is we're going to have a lot of work here coming up. The Kraken case is March 31st, I believe, so we're going to hear probably a few weeks before that. So these next several weeks, we're going to be hearing a lot. The SEC giving the approval to a yield-based product with stablecoins is freaking awesome as well. See, a lot of stuff's changing, but it's not the big groundbreaking stuff that y'all have been hoping for. But this small stuff is going to add up. It's called bricks in the wall, okay? And we talk about that when we're training, right? You don't look at it and go, how am I going to get ready for a 100-mile race? And you just get all like, oh my gosh, this is too much for me to take. No. You go brick by brick, block by block. And those little blocks don't seem like much, but when you add them up into the wall, it builds a very strong foundation. That's what's happening right now in the crypto markets. We're getting a whole bunch of these little bricks and little blocks, right? With the SEC, with the government, with the regs. And looking at them individually, we're like, yo, pequeño, that's really small. Someone came to play and was like, yo, I'm packing big heat. And you're like, you ain't packing shit, dude. That's what the chicks say when the dude is like trying to show off, you know? So what's happening is we're looking at all these small blocks, and when you're zoomed in, you're like, zoom out, you're like, oh, okay, I see how this works. Patience is going to be the key in this market, and risk tolerance as well. The phrase always goes, don't play it unless you're willing to risk all of it. And I think that's honestly still true in the crypto market. There's still a bunch of projects out there that aren't going to survive. There's some that are going to really, really thrive once we get those regs in. Now, in terms of Brian Armstrong with a little bit of BTC meme action, I mean, dude's making money no matter what. Whether the price goes up or the price goes down, dude in the exchange are making money. So as long as the volume stays juicy, he doesn't give a shit what you call it. You can call it a fucking blue-haired leprechaun identifying as a trans boat prop for all I fucking know. And yeah, as long as the dude makes money on the volume, he's good to go. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled on the news. This might be a quiet weekend, just putting it out there to everyone. Gold and silver are still roaring, so that's garnering a lot of attention. So yeah, I'll keep scrubbing the news so that you don't have to. And of course, what everyone? Choo-choo, bitches.